Another free energy system based on DC motors. We have a 5-volt motor here, the small one, and the big motor is 12 volts. So the 5-volt motor is driving the 12-volt motor, and when a motor drives another motor, the driven motor, in this case the bigger motor which is being driven, becomes a generator. It produces electricity. As it's being spun, then electricity is produced at the output. So here we're using 5 volts to run this small motor. The 5 volts is coming from this power bank, which has phone batteries connected together, and I'll show you how that works. Then, so from 5-volt motor, the 5 volts motor is running a 12 volt, is generating power from a 12-volt motor. So we are consuming 5 volts to spin the 5-volt motor, and the 5-volt motor is spinning a 12-volt motor, producing 12 volts at the output. The 12 volts is stored in these capacitors you see, and then it's fed into that light. It's actually some kind of a bright light. And then for continuity of power, we have a feedback loop, so that from the 12 volts we feed it back to the 5-volt motor. In other words, it goes back to the batteries to charge the batteries. And phone batteries in this case are the best, because for them they charge easily with lower currents. So that's how this system works. And the purpose of these diodes here is when we are feeding back energy, because the principle of generation, one motor has to drive the other. So if both motors are receiving power, they'll both spin, and then you'll not get one to be a generator. So that's why we use this IC for diodes as a block. And preference of using an IC rather than using two diodes is because of low resistance in the IC, so there's less loss of power. So that's how that system works. About this power bank for 5 volts that I made, I used a hard disk, external hard disk for laptop casing, as you can see. Then I attached, you see these USB cables, laptop USB cable, that one. It has a 5-volt power supply in it, connection. So I get the positive. This battery is labeled positive and negative. So where you see the positive, that terminal, and the negative terminal, you just solder wires and attach to another battery, and then you attach this USB connector, or you can even just leave simply as wires, and then that becomes your power bank for 5 volts. And those laptop batteries are usually very good for low current. That's why they're even used in phones.